Pow pow. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope we're having a beautiful whale season currently so far. This specific video is solely, pun intended, only for the Catalina whales. And the general idea being is we see that there's an Ethereum merge going on, and maybe we hold some Ethereum NFTs, or we have some Ethereum bags and we're not too sure what's going on. And we're also interested in Solana. So what we're observing here is literally just a distribution cone of random returns. So as you see, all these lines come into play, right? These are just random points in the market that form in Laplace distribution off of a mathematical model, and each one of these is the daily, right? So each one candle is 24 hours. So what we can see here is the general rule of this is price action always wants to be at the orange line. Okay, so we can see that that is an upper target. Our orange line is at 90. Where we're currently sitting at, we're sitting at 32.30. Okay, so now for longer term, what you're going to be looking for really is closes above this line will send us more than likely to mean revert back up to 90. If we were to put on some other indicators like a UMP, we'll have some targets that come in here at like the 6-hour VRE levels. They will also be popping up, and our reverse wave trends. Okay, but for now, the general idea is close above this, close above 32.38, and you should be safe from the downside. But if you do start closing below 32.30, you could say, then your next stop's going to be 22.53, that general region. And this, if you want to buy some more NFTs on Solana chain, this could be a good price to do so. Okay, and vice versa. What we'll be looking at here now is we're going to go look on our higher term time frames and see what justifies the next couple weeks worth of price action from this line. Okay, so our daily is saying we're mean reverting, but these tools, well, my tools and alpha trading tools, these things are pretty gangster. And how I set them up is I know that this mean reversion isn't going to be as strong as one would think to the downside, because the mean reversion play has happened, and yes, we've crossed our UMP, but the mean reversion hasn't happened at our Laplace distribution level. And now this is 24-hour, and that's a 24-hour cone, and these are all lines that are made up on the 24-hour. Okay, so the next best alternative to happen then, if my return oscillator hasn't mean reverted and the data followed through with my other levels, is now go looking at entropy or volatility, to be more specific. And volatility, yes, we can see just on the candles, they're big, sure, so volatility is big. But what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for the next phase in volatility and the direction of volatility. So you can see a little green line here, that means contraction. It means volatility is going down. Red means volatility is expanding. Okay, so if this column goes green and my Pearson correlation is negatively correlated, that tells me that volatility is going down, but the candles are not going down. They're going up. Okay? So that's negative correlation. So it will say contraction in volatility is the direction, and the contraction in volatility is not correlated to the direction and price. And that tells me it's going to go the opposite way. Okay? So now we're going to be looking for a new trend here. This little pink thing that's popped out. Okay. So positive drift is what we're going to be looking for. If this turns green, then you'll have positive drift, will keep you above 32.30. Okay, and then we'll go put it on the 90-minute just for some intraday levels, and then we'll go looking into a Ethereum to see what that situation is all about. So the general idea being here is if you close candles below, if you close this candle below these two lines, the 90-minute is going to mean revert. But you'll see that there might be a little bit in the next 90 minutes, there might be a bit of a confusing situation. And that's because the next 90-minute candle is going to print in here. And if it prints and holds in this little range, then it's going to deny the bear's mean reversion to the downside and put in a bullish div. Okay. So this contraction was positively correlated, which means volatility is going down and price action is positively correlated to that. So there's still a little bit of continuation here, but that's a general idea. Given those levels that we've seen earlier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you where my monthly mean is. There we go. and here's our monthly mean. So a little bit of an upside target before the end of the month is 36.46. Alright, ideally for a healthy market to carry on dumping, it would be healthier if it would fail from here. Given this is crypto and it can fall out of the bottom, sure, but for healthiness it would be better to fail over here. Otherwise it's just going to get really wicky to the downside, and then data becomes ugly to trade later on in life because you're worried about a long ass wick to the downside. Okay, so that's a general idea on Solana. Let's go have a quick poppy see on ETH USDT. And then, so Ethereum is looking a little bit more bearish because it's below the daily mean, it's below our monthly mean, and it's below our weekly mean. Where currently Solana is fighting over that region. Okay, and when we left off, the candles were above the weekly and the daily mean. So yes, there could be more downward pressure in the day, but because it's coming through that mean, there's still a little bit more cushion to save Solana if it was to fall through. Now we have Ethereum wanting to fight its way back, right? It's just general observations. It's gonna, if it holds here, it's gonna mean revert. You will have more continuation in about 3 90-minute candles. So a couple hours from now, if you close above 16.12. If you close above 16.12, 90-minute will also look like it's mean reverted. Contraction phase though is going to take a long time for this price action to get to that price, 16.12. But if it does and holds there for 90 minutes, you more than likely want to go test 16.68. Now what we're going to go do is we're going to go check out ETH BTC to see how strong that is, because Solana BTC is actually doing a little bit better at the current moment. Okay, so as we see, it's the same action, but below the daily mean, these guys are looking exactly the same. If it mean reverts, having its outlier event, it can have its outlier event, but the problem is contraction, negatively correlated. That's going to float us up here, but it hasn't held this candle up, right? So this outlier point can be sold into when the candle does get back here, and then again at the mean. All right. Whereas Solana BTC, on the other hand, is soil. Not yet. We're not going to soil our pants just yet, guys. I got a lot of soil out here. Don't need that. So Solana BTC, what we're going to have here is contraction positively correlated. That's still to the push down, but we have the daily mean and the weekly mean that can save us here for any downside pressure. All right. Let's just go have a look at our monthly mean. If we can find that guy, is he anywhere near? Monthly mean, come on, or am I blind? Here's our monthly mean. Our monthly mean has printed with our daily mean. Okay, pretty cool. You close above your daily mean, you're going to close above your monthly mean, and then that's going to be quite strong. Obviously, if you close above that, if you close below that, you're definitely going to go see any one of these 2 yellow lines. Alright, I hope this was helpful, and if you do find it helpful, please do leave a pow in the comments. Ciao Bella, much love whale fam.